All right, the Barca was abused practically without the flicker. They had info, they're keeping tabs, and now the Freya is just munching on the gold shield. Things are not looking good here for Zone indeed, as they need an answer. They need to find an angle to at least take good fights, and they're not having it right now.
I would say, like, people can say, why did they pick up the Farsa? But we got to put it into context, right? Amazing draft coming in from Guangzhou, but hold on, Zixora should be fine here. But yeah, looking at the bans, Jushin ban, Eve ban, Karita ban, Kimi ban, there's really nothing left.
No other options, right? The Lunox picked away, remember that? The Valentino was the only other option, but there are not really any good ults you want to take. Even with the Black Dragon form, a lot of people might be like, all right, go for the Black Dragon form. No, on a Valentino, you're still squishy. You jump in, and especially against a Lunox, you will die in the air, brother.
This is very tough here. 1,000 gold seems like it's 3,000 for Zone. Because I really like the tempo that GZG is creating, right? They're not forcing unnecessary fights. They know when to press their buttons. And yeah, Team Zone, as of now, 6 minutes in, they're catching strays.
I would say this lead looks bigger than it is, just because the damage dealers are the one that's really getting choked out.
And there's also one thing that I want to say about Team Zone, though. The one thing that's good about their composition and how they're playing right now is they really took the blueprint from VP as to how to beat Guangzhou Gaming yesterday. Guangzhou Gaming were in the lead in game number 2 with a fighter gold composition with a Hellcrit and XP. And Virtus Pro just weathered the storm. They waited for the scaling. And now as Team Zone starts to lose out the early game, that's what they're doing. They're trying to nullify all those fights, neutralize the gold lead, and play as safe as possible up until those item power spikes come through.
And we got to look at the itemization here, especially for the Freya. It's still going to go for full damage, which, again, if she's able to get on someone, it might die. But if not, we'll get punished.
Let's use Wave Spider. Not a good start to the fight now. That's on quite a big cooldown. Is he able to go for the stun? Oh, instant engage with the taunt as well. But look at Owl, the back line jumping onto Kenny. Xing will be able to survive as Zixora has to use the Thorn Rose. And Bankai with no Bravest Fighter is just so vulnerable. Owl walking back. Cannonade with the Red Tree win. And K now jumps in with the Zaman Force over on Owl. But it's responded over by a Flicker. Good AOG locks Owl down, but there's no taunt to follow it up.
And again, Team Zone is struggling to find the right connection.